Masal Puri, a street food favorite. Let me show you how you can make it healthy at home. Ragda in Maharashtra, but Masal Puri in Bangalore. This is 1 cup of Vatana. I had the yellow Vatana, so I'm just using this. Soak it overnight or at least for about 8 to 10 hours. Now I have drained out the water. I'm adding about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, about a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add fresh water so that it can submerge, and I'm going to pressure cook this for about 4 pressure whistles. It's done. The pressure whistle is settled and you can see how nicely it's cooked. And soaking of legumes is very good for you so that you don't have the phytates and it doesn't cause you any bloating. Let's take out some spices here to make this masala very tasty. A tablespoon and a half of coriander seed powder, 1.5 teaspoons of fennel seed powder, half a teaspoon each of roasted cumin seed powder, garam masala and Aamchur, and about 1 tablespoonful of chili powder. A lot of people do add potato while boiling the vatana. I'm not doing that, otherwise it gets very heavy. In a kadai here, I've taken a tablespoon of oil and added a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Once it's roasted, add a quarter teaspoon of hing, saute it, add all the spices and quickly add about half a cup of water. This is to make sure the spices don't burn. Just mix it and you can see how the spices will bloom and become thick. At this stage, I'm going to add the boiled vatana, which is the dried peas which we soaked, boiled, and it's ready on the side. It is already salted and turmeric is added, so we don't need to add any salt at this point in time. Mix it well, dilute it with another 1 cup of water and allow this to come to a rolling boil. Allow all this to boil on a medium-low heat so that the peas absorbs all the masala that we added and it blends well. This masala is what makes this masal puri very, very delicious, and the smell will drag you from streets across. I'm adding about a tablespoon of coriander stems. I'm reserving the leaves for garnish and allow this to boil for a good 10 minutes. Keep diluting it with water if you think it's thicker, but the whole idea of this masala is it is very diluted, very watery, and the chana, the vatana, is sitting at the bottom. Now taste for salt, and if you require more, add a little bit. I am also adding about 2 teaspoons of jaggery powder because I don't want it to be very spicy and very salty. So this is just to balance out the taste. If you don't want, you don't have to add it. Now this is the masala which is ready. Let it come to one more rolling boil. I'm going to add another 1 cup of water and keep it diluted. This masala should taste well seasoned, spicy, sour, and a tad bit sweet. So this is your masala which is ready. Garnish it with a little bit of coriander and this part is done. Now to prepare the masala puri itself, I've chopped some onions, tomatoes, and grated 1 carrot, and of course a little bit of coriander. Fine chop it as much as you can. Now for the masala puri itself, usually they use the flat puris, and the ones that puffs up is used for pani puri. So I am using the puris that I have for pani puri, and I'll top it with a little bit of roasted peanuts. Now drain the vatana and add it on top, and then fill up the container with the liquid that is there in the masala. See how I'm putting this together. Now the crunchiness of the puri is what will absorb this masala. Top it with tomatoes, onions, carrots, and a little bit of coriander leaves. You can add or avoid onions if you don't eat, but I love it, so I'm adding it here. And of course, a generous amount of save to top it up. I'm also crushing 1 puri so that you still get some crunchy on the top. This is masala puri, my version. People pay a lot of money to go and eat it at the vendors, but they have their taste and I just wanted to make it healthy for you. So give this recipe a try, like and subscribe my channel. End this weekend with masala puri and let me know how this turned out for you. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram.